Good morning.
Be fine there.
Nyankopa do me be okay.
Dey me asepa. Enquire 11:17.
And I them come na me be very short.
Okay.
And about Manchester United. Now I watch them and I like the way on move on. I think say yes, Bournemouth. Some transfers been was after Ayala no.
I should say
so go for no my film no. A person who treat you to cool no shard here. And I also think say now more about too much of high line. And then my game here easy for Manchester to create chances behind them and finding a lot of spaces. But that is what preseason is all about. We'll try no maybe now problems are war. Now fine tuning here. I was very happy with Antoine Semenyo performance. Though on my win, I think say the movement, the eye for goal, the aggression, any baby was super. But Rich, answer na meko game so no. I have a different perspective about this Watkins Benjamin Sesko move to Manchester United, no, and that is what I want to share with you. Right. Me for a picture here because I think that was very nice. Very nice. Tama Dogu Eshe in the goal, no. The celebration with Ahmad was super, and Rasmus Holland and so joining so I love this picture from Enahomachi Manchester, a win against Bournemouth, no. Now after the game, Mukoche Feno Amorin is full of praises for Manchester team, no. Matisa Okani Omamienu. First of all, I say team no air bondi. The bond between players, no. From baby Ojiana or Zevino, who say Omu bondi. Then number 2, I say Oshama you no or they compared to last season. It is gradually looking like a new Manchester United. Now, Rich, Ochirimutai, he needs to build a new Manchester United. Because the Manchester United last season, nobody wants to see again. Not even fans almost supporting Man U. Because the club is a great club. Baby, a club in Kono. And you know what is and go for him about the standards of Manchester United. And Rich, I am quite refreshing, not only for Manchester United fans, but for football loving fans to hear from the coach say, look, baby, I'm because on obey team there is nobody in this world that only Manchester United tactical problems, players problems, variation problems. Actually, I'm worried because all no coaching team, no. And when he comes out to say, look, and one thing that may farm or West in serious and they say, Rich, Trevor no Manchester United Ersan. He was the first to admit. Say, no. Born in your place and attitude in yet, and you say na Manchester United here, you agree who anymore say. So if that same person comes to you and say, and no mama come from Yankasa meeting. You're starting preseason in training chassis and Manchester Bono. Must starting a new look from the team. Rich, then I want some GD. So whom you be entering all kasa. Because I'm worried, especially when the transfer window is not going right now. Rich, Sanka on who defense. And can you throw the hierarchy under the bus and tell them so me say players na me put on for mommy. And I say me first to such a team no. They are not helping me to do that. But he said, oh bibi now Rich. Then to the biggest topic. Man U here striker. Oli Watkins, Benjamin Sesko. Now, for those who are interested in why in a Manchester United and form, probably this will help. In the last 2 seasons, these numbers are not for just 1 season. Okay. These are for the last 2 seasons.
That's fine.
Only Watkins about 75 games. was 35 goals, wama 21 assists. Benjamin Sesko about 64 games, was 27 goals, wama 7 assists. Rich, if you compare the first 3 column numbers, Watkins is ahead of Benjamin Sesko.
Sure.
But statistics sometimes goes beyond just the exact numbers. Now, Rich, right below the assist column, no, minutes per goal. What minute per goal actually say? Number of games say no more, number of minutes say no more. Odi ashe will go now, odi ashe no. And Rich, that is where it becomes interesting. Though only Watkins ashe more goals than Benjamin Sesko, but Rich, only Watkins have more minutes to score goal than Abrantia friend Benjamin Sesko. 167 compared to 145 from Abrantia friend Benjamin Sesko. And yeah, no, Rich, say today in modern day football, so who analyze the data? Goals and the assists, your friend goal involvement. So Okabuma a goal involvement. Now, Rich, even though Benjamin Sesko and they share only Watkins when it comes to minutes to go, but say about minutes per goal involvement there, only Watkins and they share 104 for him to be involved in the goal. To Abrantia friend Benjamin Sesko 116. But Rich, so who got striker? One statistics you hold on to par and the conversion rate.
Sure, because striker they say who goes now.
Yes. And see a create chance in the mawa. And we say that to me the ball to because it will be weird to compare maybe 2 strikers in Europe. To compare, let's say, Erling Haaland at Manchester City to Antoine Semenyo at Bournemouth, because minimum say about EPO season now, the probability say City be creating more chances. I'm Erling Haaland. I was switching the probability. Bournemouth ever provided at the amount of BNTFN Antoine Semenyo. That is where the conversion rate comes in. So okay, it may be say at Aston Villa they create more chances. And also it may be say at RB Leipzig they create more chances. No. See any chance they got to strike anymore. Sign what to be converted into goals. Now Rich Shadia Benjamin Sesko 23.5% conversion rate as compared to Oli Watkins 18.3. Very, very important. Again, strike any ball anymore, Rich. Penny movement, penny reading of the game, the involvement with play, any BBR. Say, Ojina Park in this one, and you know all your man who to create chance. The SG of the striker, Benjamin Sesko, plus 9.5. Abanti FN Olwakis only plus 2.8. And to reach, so one say yeah, just the numbers of goals and assists will sway the argument for Abanti FN Olwakis. But if you add the details now, Benjamin Sesko seems to be a very, very good striker. Say, oh, compare no to Abanti FN Olwakis. Now, this is my view. And before I go to the view, let me put in the information. Yes, I'm always say Ophili Watkins simply because Watkins have a Premier League experience. League na yebo woman I say Bakodi 15th may improve, you know. Between the two strikers, the only league, you know, is this guy, Watkins. Yes, he may not be a world-class striker in the Premier League, but he's one of the top strikers in the Premier League.
Sure.
Anya Shekran, on your opportunity to work with Coach B to say, good evening, no. Unai Emery, no. Yahoo, say Obo and the European coaches are not only provided some numbers, be man in terms of ye creative manner. He has shown what he can do in the Premier League. So Amorim quite tilted to Only Watkins because of Sanomaya, my bobosi. Now, Sir Uncle Benjamin Sesko Hodia, Rich. It has more to do with more technical director Christopher Vevio. And the entire ono and all driving the moves of Manchester and Conference Sesko and say, on your Bentana Yajuma or Abi Leipzig. And he can tell you, look, the whom are Branty we once on the Ekofana Bar. He has still not hit his potential yet. Some of the Ekofana Bar, maybe he may realize the full potential at Manchester United. And so, by Sadia Waha, now, Rich, according to Jacobs, only say Manchester United, they are in charge of sporting, like sporting director, and they are in charge of negotiations. They are in charge of negotiations at Manchester United. Your friend Matt Hargreaves, yes, only Benjamin Sesko, and your face-to-face talk. Manchester United as a team, and RB Leipzig akasa. Say Christopher CMF Benjamin Sesko. They want them to say, and they've been briefed, papa ye on Benjamin Sesko. But Rich, this is where I draw my line.
Okay.
Why can't Manchester United pick both? Na omunja Rasmus Hoyland money Zegzi mukwain. Why can't you do business?
Because
that is the problem. But to me, the operation must be, we are bringing in both, and we will find a way to get Omo out. And not the argument of Yankov, why the Yamfano between way anyway. Only the Chamekasa. Rich, two strikers in Oli Watkins and Benjamin Sesko. They are different type of strikers. And Manchester will need them throughout the season. And against Bournemouth, and that's how Humachi against Bournemouth was Oli Watkins' game. Chimino Abenanim, they have left a lot of spaces behind them. You need a striker who movement and runs. Very, very intelligent at that. Obeshe. But Rich, me show Bournemouth game now, I'm saying, okay, there is one side of improvement in Manchester United. Me personally show Manchester United against a team with low block. Now you have to break them down. So over break it in down. Rich, sometimes you need a presence striker. Striker on your box cinema or more presence. And sometimes you even have to send the ball to the wings, cross the ball, looking for a blocking striker to head. That is why Benjamin Sesko ever in the Bundesliga, at a point, they describe him as the most athletic striker in the world. CSU will be more ding or so what or pace or one day or Sunday Manomana. That is how the Bundesliga describe him. And he, Rich, maybe dear.
Okay.
I am not into the arguments of Oli Watkins or Benjamin Sesko. I am of the view say Manchester United person Omochira Amorim say Omo is serious to rebuild the team for him. Look, and yet Rasmus Hoyland and Omo very team now. And yet the likes of Zegzi mo na uyi Rasmus Hoyland is Zegzi striker baby na Manchester. So let them go. Let those strikers go and bring in these two. Christopher people convince them. So look, yes, I'm going for you. Especially when Sky Sports Germany is reporting, say Benjamin Sesko adja to move to Manchester United and say oh, and yes, so much Champions League. Now, Rich, if Oli Watkins so you to so Manchester no member, me more Champions League member, then get both of them. Why settle for one when you can have two? And to me, that is my opinion on the matter. Manchester United and Ebeba Papa ye. I think my conclusion will be a normal game and a good game.
Okay.
Games we say are the good vibes and feelings, but you become positive. Say, we could turn things around. Last season, Timbako Manchester United or Manchester victories against them Bournemouth.
Sure.
And it's a chain of preseason now.
Bournemouth have you?
Yes.
Last year.
And the confidence about probably you are doing some one or two things right now. Rich. my code be Thursday way. There are a lot of I think Europa League and Conference League matches. Ewo hona yentimi entrance na yemedie and common ewo honti. These are the codes.
News been so bad.
News be ba.
News be bad from Yenuanum Joy FM. And according to the story, I must say from the Ghana Football Association president, Kewa Ketokreku. As in Yami Adoma, the upcoming season now be remuno. In teams in the Premier League, Ubia Benya 1 million Ghana cedis before we start the league.